Hello, I am Reem Abdulrahman, a student at the Department of English Language and Literature at the University of Bahrain. Welcome to our Advanced Grammar series. In this video, I will explain the rules of passive with modals, infinitives, and gerunds. This is the table of content. First, I will start with the definition of passives, then I will explain each type of passive separately. Starting with the definition of passives. The passive or the passive voice is formed using be and the past participle of a verb. Passive verbs are used to say what happens to a subject, and active verbs are used to say what the subject does. Here is an example of a simple passive sentence. Someone killed 20 civilians in the bomb explosion. The passive form is 20 civilians were killed in the bomb explosion. Notice that we used were plus the past participle form of killed. Moving on to the first type of passives, which is passives with modals. To form passive modals, we use modal like can, may, will, etc. plus be plus the past participle. Example, somebody will clean the room later. The passive form of this sentence is the room will be cleaned later. Notice that we added be and the past participle form of the verb clean. Another example is he must do something before it's too late. The passive form is something must be done before it's too late. Must is the modal and it's followed by be plus the past participle form of the verb do, which is done. When we need to use modals in the past tense, we use could, might, or would plus be plus the past participle. Example, the music was very loud, we could hear it from a long way away. The passive form of this sentence is the music was very loud, it could be heard from a long way away. Notice that could is followed by be and the past participle form of the verb here, which is heard. To form modal perfect passives, we use modal plus have been plus the past participle. An example, I haven't received the letter yet. They might have sent it to the wrong address. The passive form of this sentence is I haven't received the letter yet. It might have been sent to the wrong address. Notice that might is followed by the perfect form have been plus the past participle form of the verb sent. Another example is if you hadn't left the car unlocked, the thief would not have stolen it. The passive form is if you hadn't left the car unlocked, it wouldn't have been stolen. So here again, wouldn't is followed by the perfect form have been plus the past participle form of the verb stolen. To form modal continuous passives, we use modal plus be being plus the past participle. An example, I should have been cleaning the room instead of watching TV. The passive form of the sentence is the room should have been being cleaned but nobody was there. This form of passive is rarely used. Normally, we use active form or continuous passive without the modal. In this case, the sentence will be the room have been cleaned. Moving forward, to form phrasal modal passives with the present or past, we use be going to or have to plus be plus the past participle. An example, the package is going to be received by the day of the competition. Here we used going to plus be plus the past participle form received to form the passive. Moving to passives with infinitives and gerunds. To form passive infinitives, we use to be plus past participle. An example, I'd always prefer to be driven by a local person when I am in a foreign country. Here we use to be, which is the infinitive, plus driven, the past participle, to form the passive. To form perfect passive infinitives, we use to have been plus the past participle. An example, I am happy to have been invited. Here we use to followed by the perfect form have been plus the past participle invited to form the passive. Now moving to passives with gerunds. To form passive gerunds, we use being plus the past participle. An example, she hates being told what to do. To form perfect passive gerunds, we use having been plus past participle. Example, I am still angry about having been fired by her. Finally, forming the negative. When we want to form the negative, we put not before passive infinitives and passive gerunds. An example, how do you feel about not having been invited to the wedding? Notice that not is placed before the passive form having been invited. That's all, and thank you for watching.